And welcome back to another episode of Off Script. And it is October, spooky season. Ghouls, goblins, Halloween, October football. A lot of upsets, a lot of just scary games where the highly ranked team goes into a unranked or lower ranked team's domain, and lo and behold, they probably don't win or upsets happen. This week especially, there's big potential that could happen. Ohio State at Illinois right now. You'd be thinking, oh, that's a big one. Not what I'm thinking. Michigan at USC, also. Not what I'm thinking. The game this week, my scary game, spooky, Halloween-themed game. Alabama at Missouri in Columbia. 2.5-point spread right now towards Bama, so field goal, basically. Noon kick, Eastern. What a game we have slated up for this one. Bama currently, just talking about them briefly real quick, currently in the middle of an incredibly hard 4-game stretch. Just played at Georgia, played Vandy, 2 ranked teams, emotional wins, got revenge against Vandy, had to, the Alabama-Georgia game's always tough, and then go on the road in Missouri this week and then play Tennessee next week. So incredibly hard slate for them. Can they continue the momentum? That's the question. Can they keep it going? Not saying it's impossible, but it's going to be really, really hard for them. And then looking at Missouri, 5-0 right now. Run-heavy team, have the best back in the nation, in my opinion. First and third down percentage, 61.6%, doing an incredible job right now. Have only technically played really Kansas and South Carolina as their hardest opponents. But this game against Bama is the first game in a extremely hard slate as well they have coming up. They play Bama, then they go at Auburn, at Vandy, then A&M. So starting off with a win on this one would be huge for them. Set the tone for the upcoming slate with this one right here, in my opinion. But let's take a step back. Let's look at Bama real quick. Just in general, let's look at Bama. I was at the Vanderbilt game this past week. I just made a video on that, so if you haven't seen that, go look at that if you're an Alabama fan, if you're a Vandy fan, even if you're a Missouri fan. It's a great video, I think. Tailgates, game footage, the whole 9 yards. Just go give it a watch. And if you're watching this video as well, don't forget to subscribe, like the video. Helps the channel out a lot, helps me grow as a up-and-coming analyst and college football personality. I'm enjoying doing this so far, but getting into Bama here. Ty Simpson, currently top 5 in the Heisman polls right now, playing incredible ball, continues to dominate, throwing not just great balls, but just catchable passes. His ability to scramble. There was this one particular play, I think it was 3rd and 4, something like that, in the Vanderbilt game. He was rolling out to his right, looked like he was going to get sacked for a loss. Vanderbilt was going to get the ball back, and then he just found a little open receiver, threw it, first down Bama, and then they just continued to run the clock, and then took control of the line of scrimmage, won the game. I think the ability to just continue to make plays, the ability to convert on third downs, to keep the offense on the field and control the clock is going to be vital in this game and just games in the future. And then I want to talk about this O-line in the run game. Jam Mailer played an incredible game, and props to this O-line for really just driving them off the line of scrimmage. The specific part I want to talk about in this Vanderbilt game. Fourth quarter, Vandy needed the ball back just to get something going. They couldn't get anything going in offense offensively in the second half, but just they needed the ball back. Alabama went out there. 16 plays, 69 yards, took 8 minutes and 29 seconds off the clock in the fourth quarter. That's majority of the entire fourth quarter, basically. But Vandy couldn't do anything. The ability to just continuously, it was just 3-4 yards each play, and it just kept going down the field. It was really, I remember just being on the sideline, I was just, wow, I cannot believe they're doing this right now. It was impressive to see. And majority of the year, they haven't been able to do this. So seeing this in action against a ranked opponent like Vanderbilt was promising, and hopefully promising in this upcoming game against Missouri. Granted, Missouri does have probably one of the better D-lines in the entire country. NFL guys that will be playing on Sunday. So that's a tough matchup. That's going to be a toss-up. And I think Missouri might have the edge. If you're looking position matchups there, I think Missouri might have the edge. So what's Bama going to do to get that run game going? That's the question. And then finally, looking at this Bama defense, overall throughout the season has looked so-so, subpar in my opinion. This past week against Vanderbilt definitely stepped it up a notch. The first quarter, I know they let up that one long run. It was like a 60-yarder, and I was like, damn. But since that, they bottled up Pavia really well. They bottled up the run game really well. The test this week is massive for them. Ahmad Hardy, probably the best running back in all of college football right now, averaging 7 yards a carry. So that's basically a first down every single time he touches the ball, basically. And then Bo Privula, also dual threat, athlete, gets it done with his legs. So very interested to see what this defensive front for Bama can do. And then turning our heads to Missouri here, overall, I feel like this is definitely a legit team. This is not just a fluke that they're 5-0 right now. They're winning pretty convincingly overall. It all starts with a quarterback, like I just mentioned. Penn State transfer Bo Privula is balling right now. Currently has a 75.9% completion rate, 9 to 3 touchdown to interception ratio. So he's not doing crazy Heisman numbers right now. Obviously, he'd be in the race if he, was doing stuff like that. But he's doing just enough for this team to win. And that's all you need in college football is to win the game. So I think he'll be massive in this game and just finding a way to find the holes in the Alabama defense. Vanderbilt did a pretty good job. They just kept running these like 5-yard outs, these little sit routes, these little hank routes in the middle. They were just dotting it up. But I think the ability to being able to scramble, watching film and being like, okay, so what Pavia did, let me do the opposite, and let me find where are the weak points. There's cracks. Let me find those cracks. Let me take advantage of them. And then looking at the main man, Ahmad Hardy, probably one of the most electrifying players in college football right now, without a doubt, at least in my opinion. 103 carries so far, 730 yards. We're halfway through the season, by the way. 730 yards and averaging 7.1 yards a carry. So, holy, this kid's a freak. He's a freak. One of the better yards after contact runners I've seen in a while, in my opinion. Very, similar to Genty last year, but I watching film on this guy, when he gets bottled up or when he gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage, the ability to roll off those tackles and just breaking tackles and getting yards after, the ability to just the leg drive on this kid is phenomenal. It's crazy to watch. So watch him in this game. I always say he'll be the difference maker. This guy is a difference maker. And then looking at the Missouri defense here, currently allowing 198.2 defensive yards, probably one of the best in the entire country. 21% on defensive third down rates. So their defense, I think, is top 3 right now in stopping third downs. And then Bama's up there probably in the top of the entire SEC with converting on third down. So unstoppable force meets an immovable object. This matchup on third down is going to be always fun to watch. And the crowd will get into it too. I'm pumped for that. And just the matchup in general between these two teams, this is not a trap game at all. In my opinion, I think Missouri maybe should be favored in this game. They should possibly win this game. 2.5-point spread, like I said, field goal, almost a coin flip. I'm not going to make a prediction yet, but we'll get into it later. But I appreciate you guys watching. And like I said, don't forget to subscribe, like the video. We do crazy amount of videos throughout the year, the season. I go to tailgates. I'm off this week. I need a little bye week. I need to get the mind and the soul rested. But I'm back on the road next week. But just, if you like these kind of videos, if you like, my analysis, give it a subscribe. Give it a like. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching. This is Off Script. I'll see you later.